Hello, and welcome to the Unsung Gamers panel at EGX Digital 2020. My name's Kathy, and I hope you enjoy our talk.
Hi,
Hi!
my name is Danielle. I'm London born, London raised, of Bajan and Nigerian heritage. I'm a full time content creator, a Twitch partner, EA game changer, and a 3D artist who's championing and campaigning for diversity and representation in gaming. It's very important for me that people are able to see themselves in games. So that's why that's been my primary focus.
Hi, my name's Kathy, or Cassandra. I'm a part-time content creator on Twitch as well. Um, I'm also a games journalist and I'm a director of a non-for-profit community interest company which supports vulnerable adults in the community, which is why it was so important to link this in with Black Twitch UK for raising voices in the community that sometimes don't get heard. And
And
we
we
are
are
the
the
founders
founders
of
of
Black
Black Twitch
Twitch UK.
UK. So Black Twitch UK was a platform that we founded to kind of highlight, uplift, and bring more exposure to Black UK based streamers because it was clear that we aren't always highlighted or supported or even provided with the same opportunities that others are given within the gaming industry.
Mm. I'd say the same thing. I know that when we were setting this up, it was something that was really important. We have a large connection with the US streamers that we know, but we didn't really see us represented um, on the Twitch platform as UK streamers. So it was essential that we had to put this in place. Yeah.
I think it's quite important to be able to connect with people who you can relate to as well. Not just in gaming, but just in life in general. You automatically uh, kind of move towards people who you have similarities with, and so within the gaming industry, because we are it's so difficult to it was so difficult to find each other. Um, we've seen a lot more people kind of drawing closer together once we've established Black Twitch UK. So that was really lovely. Essentially, it really was founded because it was challenging to find Black Twitch streamers from the UK in general, whether they were partnered or not. And within a month of us founding Black Twitch UK, we curated a list of over 80 streamers who are Black and from the UK, and it continues to grow every single day. So, it was really the first step of us, providing, highlighting, and providing more exposure for those who often don't get the support that they deserve.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I think as streamers, we connect to a lot of people. We get support from streamers in other countries, particularly in the north of America. But when it came to organizing events in this community, I know that there were events like Twitch London, which is really good, but a lot of the streamers that we've connected to didn't even realize that that was an event that happened because they're not linked in majorly with things because people don't reach out to them. So prior to us founding Black Twitch UK, we reached out to the platforms that we create on and we said, look, here's a gap. We're not really being highlighted on your platforms. We were very excited about the fact that Twitch UK and Ireland was created because obviously sometimes we're not the biggest platform recognized, say, on Twitch from when it comes to country wise. So when we reached out to like communities or like platforms like the Twitch UK and Ireland, we didn't really get anything back. We tried to talk to them about like ways that we could create initiatives. We noticed that when it comes to um, Black initiatives not trending, then we don't really hear anything. When it comes to, it's coming up to Black History Month in October, and a lot of companies will reach out to Black UK streamers, and then you won't hear from them again. And we're trying to say that it should be consistent and constant, so that it's rather than it being something that's exclusive. It's something that's more inclusive rather than us just being a hot topic, so to speak.
And yeah, so I mean, it even got to a point where a lot of black streamers, not just from the UK, but a lot of black streamers were saying, don't hit me up when it comes to your Black History Month slots, because we are more than just Black History Month. Like, we don't want to just be featured. Well, for them, it's in February, and we don't just want to be featured in October. So at the end of the day, we want these companies to be living up to their words, and none of this performative activism that we see a lot of. If you're saying you have your initiatives and your black initiatives, we want them to start living up to their word and actually giving black streamers and black content creators the platform and support that they deserve.
I would 100% agree with that. I also think that it's more than saying, oh, we want the approval or we want a handout or something. I think it's more of a case of, if you're highlighting voices, you've got your streamers that you are on platforms and recognize that it should be equal. And I think that unfortunately it doesn't work like that. We've been to many conventions, we've been to many cons. We went to TwitchCon last year, and
Mm-hmm.
there were a lot of big brands, and at their tables, the people that they had promoting them, when we didn't see anyone that looked like
Like us.
us. We didn't see it just, to be honest, it was just catering to what Twitch felt that their platform is, which is
Yeah, the demographic.
majority
Mm.
which is majority young white men. And it's it's not a knock for people that do appreciate it, but also, if the platform is seen more inclusive, that's when it opens it up and is more inviting for other people to come in, and therefore you get some more variety onto
Mm.
the platform, and then you have less issues, because then other people will connect to it and say, look, other people are speaking and they're saying our games have these issues because more people are coming out. um, I know that when it came to Valorant coming out, people were really excited about it because you had someone that sounded like familiar. You had a South
Yes,
London kind of energy from Phoenix. And that was exciting to see. That was something that I felt excited about.
extremely.
And I think seeing yourself in games, you don't you don't have a B's link to want to play Zelda, but there is something that's a familiarity and the connection that you get when you're playing these games and the
Mm-hmm.
stories.
Absolutely. And then even just to extend on that, just able to see more streamers and content creators that look like you. I mean, as it stands, there are only a handful of black partner streamers in the UK, and there are only two black women who are partnered in the UK, and myself being one of them. And, for there to only be two black women who are streamers and partnered with Twitch, for other black women in the UK, that's they look at you, and if we had more exposure, can you imagine the amount of black women in the UK who would want to start streaming, seeing black women up there and on a platform, which is typically white male orientated, to be able to see themselves and see other black women being uplifted and supported would definitely encourage them to start wanting to stream and become content creators. So you're honest, I feel like a lot of platforms are doing themselves a disservice by not uh, highlighting and featuring more black or people of color in general, because you're missing out on some amazing content creators. So, but yeah, to just go back on the point of just representation, being able to see yourself and being able to look at someone who looks like you in a position that you might possibly want to be in. Yeah. So yeah, it is. Yeah, it is quite. It's sad in a way that there are only two black female partner streamers, and again, only a handful of black partner streamers in general. So that's definitely something that we would like to see change. And I think a great starting point would be to start giving black Twitch streamers a bigger audience, or just more opportunities to be able to expand their audience.
Yeah, I think following on from that point, it's also the fact that um, why are we saying Black Twitch UK specifically? It's not we're saying that our counterparts in NA have 1,000% more opportunities to us than us. It's more the fact that there is some sort of 51% or more the last time that they measured of streamers are in the US. We're already a small group here. So I
Mm,
think the stories that we have, um, the ways that we talk, the things that we connect with is there's differences. We definitely connect in the way that there's some shared experiences and there's some things that aren't. And I think unifying that, recognizing that, and then saying like, look, this is where where there is a gap. Let's look at this and let's see how we can support. Because the whole point is to be able to at least get these other Twitch streamers seen because we've seen their
mm,
content. We've been streaming for a while, and I think there are some things that once they do get seen on the platform, they do get the opportunities to see this. They even get the same information that's shared with other people. It would help them to grow and be able to um, channel those skills and those stories into something that would be good and productive for Twitch overall. So I think that's one
mhm.
of the things that's one of the most important things for us personally.
A lot of what we kind of want to start with is making the connections. And I think the connections that we have already started to create with Black Twitch UK are going to be so fundamentally important for these streamers' growth. And we're so excited to see what's going to come of it. We use the platform currently to majorly retweet, that they're going live and if they've got any events planned, and just to get them out there, to get their voices heard and uplifted. I mean, within the first month, not only did we find over 80 streamers, but we've also gained about 700 followers. So that's within a month of just grinding, finding people, growing, and allowing them to speak freely and know that they have a platform that is dedicated to giving them a voice. Um, and not even only that, we have some positives. We've done so. We've What did we just recently do? We recently had an event called Twitch Hill, and it was a fantastic turnout, a really really fantastic turnout. We brought Notting Hill Carnival to the Twitch streets because this year, unfortunately, Notting Hill Carnival was cancelled. So we wanted to be able to bring the same energy, the same vibes, the same liveliness, just all these good vibes. We wanted to bring it to Twitch. So both Cassie and I hosted Twitch Hill. And what was really interesting was that there were a lot of people who didn't actually know about Notting Hill Carnival, despite
Yeah,
it being one of the biggest street parties in the world, and it's the biggest in Europe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
it was really really interesting to even just educate people who didn't know about Notting Hill Carnival about what Notting
Yeah,
Hill Carnival is about and the
mm,
culture behind it. Because UK, Black UK is so rich with culture, and not a lot of people know or understand it or can know how to fully appreciate it. And we took that opportunity to do just that and explain it and give the Twitch streets a bit of our culture.
yeah. I think, and this is also one of the things why it comes back to understanding and also being able to give those stories to people and also include them and say, look, we're here. Like this is part of us. We want you to celebrate and enjoy with us. When it came to Twitch Hill, um, Carnival has been essential to me, probably most definitely Danny, and a lot
Definitely.
of Afro Caribbean culture in the UK for a long time because of all the things that it represents. It's been in place for over 50 years because of it started off with there being like racist attacks of um, Caribbean men in London, and then a Trinidadian journalist set up Carnival, and it's been part of our community for a long time. And I think, as well as being able to be out and connect to people that understand that, using something like the internet to bring this to you digitally, and then seeing like people connect to it from like the States, other people coming in from like the Bahamas and the Caribbean, and seeing it and the happiness that it brought to them just felt so positive. And that's what we want. Like, it's more about the positivity that comes from it. We've been lucky enough to connect to amazing groups and amazing people through online and Twitch, like any Saga, and Black Girl Gamers and Melanin Gamers, and it's more of like an annex to those communities. Like, you're part of these communities, but also we've brought this here so that we can find more of you, so that you can see what's out there, because there's other communities, but sometimes they don't even realize that it's out there, and they do so much to raise these voices. So we're trying to connect everyone to everyone, and just have like some positivity on Twitch, get people to see what we can really bring. And I think when it comes to not just on the social and interaction level, so going to conventions and connecting with people, meeting up with devs, we've seen that like indie devs especially have started to look at being more inclusive with their games, with people that have their voices muted a lot, from things when it comes to mental health, to physical disabilities, to minorities that are often dismissed by the platforms that they're on. And I think this is just, it's so essential for us to be able to say, like, we're here, look at all the fun things we can do, and we want to bring that to you. Yeah.
Yes. So we definitely want to do more really fun things to kind of bring the community together, but at the same time highlight more Black streamers, and just just give a more of an amplified voice for us, but but with more like on a positive, how can I say,
Mm-hmm.
on a positive note. So we don't want it to be just like, oh, they're a Black streamer, this is why they deserve this, they're a Black streamer, this is why they deserve that. Like, no, that's not kind of what we're aiming for. We really
Yeah.
want to just give us more exposure. And
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. We, at the end of the day, again, it's a very, very small pool of us. So it's an even harder job for, especially within the UK, it's an even harder job for um, Black streamers to get their voices heard and get themselves seen. Um, so we want to bridge the gap between their voices, their content, and the industry, so that the opportunities to be seen, be heard, don't always fall on deaf ears as it feels like they currently are.
Mm-hmm.
As they feel like they currently are. So yes, so going forward, it is really important to both of us, which is why we founded this in the first place. It's really important to us that all of our voices get amplified. There isn't just one demographic that gets amplified. It's that all of us are getting a chance to be seen, be heard, and we would like to see more change. More change, especially on the Twitch UK and Ireland side of things. Reach out to us. We're here. We are here.
Hello.
To UK Island, we're here, and we'd love to hear, from you, and about things that you would like to do on Twitch to promote more of your Black streamers and streamers of color. We would love to talk and kind of work towards a lot more exposure and just things to do to involve everyone, so that not everyone, so that it's not all about one particular kind of streamer.
Mm. And I think also, in relation to going back to your point about performative activism, I think that you see that a lot, and obviously we're trying to have consistency, and not be, like I said, a trending topic for a month or so. So, like we said, people reach out to us during certain times or during certain periods. I know that there was a big rush of to get content out when it came to um, uh, people pushing for Black Lives Matter,
Mm.
when they were doing fundraising for it, and when there's Black History Month. But I mean, we're Black every month, you know. So I just think that we're trying to get this kind of uh, as a standard,
Yes.
rather than you trying to tick off numbers and say like this is what we're
Yes.
doing. If it's constant, then you don't need to have that in place. And with obviously you always have people like, why don't we have White Twitch UK? Well, it's pretty much all White Twitch UK, and
Twitch is white
we're
Twitch
trying to
UK,
say.
baby.
So if you've got things in place and you don't, I mean, I think that answers it for itself. People will, yes, you will have naysayers. You always have people that will try to knock things out. Oh, they're trying to be more inclusive. I'm leaving the platform. You know what? If these are the people that you have on the platform, you probably don't want that anyway, because I mean, it goes to bigger things with
Exactly.
the things that we have to deal with on Twitch. Regardless, which is a whole different story. But I think when we look at companies, when we set up the Twitch Hill Carnival, which was basically us inviting people in, asking them to share their stories, putting these stories out there, getting companies involved. Gymshark came through, and I think this is an excellent point when we come to talking about performative activism. Gymshark were there from the beginning. They took a chance on us,
Mm-hmm.
even though we just kind of started out. They were very
Yes.
encouraging throughout it for such a big global brand to be
Mm-hmm.
backing us and then be consistent with us and then underline it on their socials and say, look, this is what we stand for. Obviously, straight away people came through like, oh, we don't want politics, we want sportswear. I don't think that saying like supporting us with bringing something to the community is politics.
Exactly. No,
It's
it's
just
not.
life. And I think that that's when people see the growth of something rather than it just being, if it becomes a culture of what is acceptable and what companies should
Mm.
be doing, then it's not performative.
It
You know,
becomes, yeah, exactly, and it becomes
yeah,
the norm.
yes, exactly. Precisely that. See, I say a lot of words, and she gets straight to the point. Yes, it becomes the norm, and I think that was something that was encouraging. The feedback that we got from people was so positive. It was so positive, and it
Mm-hmm.
spurred us to feel confident to continue to do what we're doing and know that we're doing something right. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that was really that is really positive, and we do want to do more events and make connections with big brands like Gymshark, who not only see the potential in us as a platform, but see how important it is for everyone's voices to be heard, and see how important it is for everyone to be able to have a platform to stand on and have an opportunity and a chance to be great. So we think it is so important that there are more brands, like Gymshark, who are willing to work with us to get everyone the opportunities that they deserve. So that is what we would like to achieve. Well, one of the things that we'd like to achieve from the platform, but more so, it is just we want to bring us all together and just make
Mhm.
make a great grand show, really positive impact to Twitch, and So it's not it. We're saying a lot of stuff, but at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it feels like such a simple thing. It is a simple
Right.
thing. We are doing something that should have been done a long time ago. Essentially, we
Mhm.
shouldn't have had to do it, but it's
Yeah.
had to be done.
Yeah.
And feedback from the community in general has been, we heard about you before we even heard about you know Twitch UK. So it goes to show, it says a lot, but also people have been saying thank you so much for making a platform and uplifting our voices and seeing us. And so that gives us the drive, I guess, every day to keep pushing the platform and keep uplifting everyone's voice. And it's a team effort because we not only, we're not, it's not a lone job. We're connecting with everyone. We're connecting with orgs like Black Girl Gamers. I mean, we are Black Girl Gamers. We are Black Girl Gamers,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
So,
we are.
so we connect with Black Girl Gamers, we connect with Melanin Gamers, we connect with Nay Saga, all of the, who are all dedicated to the same thing, so it's not a lone job. We are just giving, making our priority the UK because we are essentially UK based. And the other platforms are, well, whilst they are within the UK, they focus on everyone, and that's great because all of us need the support. I think it was just more important for us to focus on the UK because essentially we are UK streamers and we are on Twitch, and we really just wanted to find more of us and uplift us because we haven't been able to find us.
100%. And I think when it came to that, I think it's because we go to, as a games journalist and as someone that does interviews and goes out to these cons, I very rarely see I very rarely see us getting sort of invited to talk unless it's because is when companies are talking about diversity, what are they talking about? Is it just a word that they've had to bring in to say, oh right, we're being diverse, and then what does that mean to them? And I think what the only times I really see kind of conversations about that is when they kind of like they grab like someone that they think is like the popular black, bring them up on the stage, have a conversation with them, and then that's it. But we're trying to say like, look, make it the norm. To be let us connect with these companies to show I understand that when it comes to marketing, it's enforcing the ideas of what you think the people are that are connecting to your brand. But there's more of us. It's just like you don't realize that we're here.
Exactly. And then now there's no excuses because you know exactly where to find us.
Hi.
There are no excuses. So Black
yeah,
Twitch UK is on Twitter and we have a list. So if you are looking, we are there. And that means there is no excuse. You can't say, oh, we couldn't find it. No, we're there. Very, very there. Very much there.
Be here forever. So yeah, I do think that Danny's brought up a good point in as much as we also want the black streamers in the UK to come through and connect to us. I also feel like it's really important that people that don't fit into that group connect with us so that they can speak to people and can hear from people and be able to ask questions. I think that sometimes it's good to have a dialogue, good to have a narrative. I think it's good for devs to come out and reach us and say, look, all right, we would like this. I've worked with universities and they've asked, look, why are not more people connecting with this course? How do we get more young black males onto this course? How do we get more women onto this course? And I think, all right, what kind of culture do you have there? Like, what is your course saying? What kind of things do you connect to? And I think these are the questions that they can get answers from us because we're here. We're here to support. We're trying to do things because it's it's our home as well. We stream on Twitch. We're not here to say like, oh, we hate Twitch and it's doing terribly. We're saying, look, this is our home, but we also think like this is the places where it can be improved. Devs that we're working with, look, this is where you've got gaps and this is where there's problems and you're getting things wrong. It feels very much like when it comes to the games industry, you have a lot of everything else, but much like a mountain, it's just white on top. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. Do you feel like that gaming culture? So a lot of probably why it's been quite hard to find black streamers. Do you feel like gaming culture in the US is completely different to the UK?
In some ways, yes. In some ways, I think when it comes to gaming in general, because things have changed quite a lot when it comes to gaming. One about
Mm,
what people connect with and what people think of it. The things that used to do very, very well for us in the UK is always been like football. It's been FIFA.
yeah,
It's been like PES. It hasn't been like a thing that people
yeah,
connect to. And again, I think like that is a larger topic, which we will come back to. We
yeah.
can have a whole discussion about that. But I think that when it comes to gaming and also like gaming culture, it's only start where people are starting to pick up on it. I have
Mm,
I started attending esports insider, and I covered uh, a press event there. I think maybe last year, um, and you could see how much money and investment and growth there was behind it. It's a business that they were
mm,
focusing on esports, and when it came to esports, they were like, okay, look, this is an actual thing. They're treating it like what it is, like it's an actual sport, and they're investing into the people that are gaming. And so they just pick people that they see like on Twitch, and they start like looking into them. But however, if they're not seeing um other streamers that aren't
mm.
getting sort of like pushed by the platform, um, then you can just imagine like the opportunities that people are getting to that are missing out on. So with the industry growing, we're saying like, look, you need to start realizing that these are the people that are also playing your games. These are the people
Yeah,
that you should also be investing in. These are the
yeah,
people that are spending big money on Twitch and on your gaming, and
yeah,
you're not necessarily seeing them. So I think people realize that Twitch isn't just there's a variety as well. It's not just
mm,
um oh, okay, you have to do this and that. Twitch is so broad. You can pretty much, as long as it's suitable for work, you can pretty much do
yes.
everything on Twitch.
TOS,
Yeah,
TOS.
yeah. TOS. But you can pretty much bring most of your skills to Twitch, and I think people are starting to see that, and it's really
Hmm.
interesting what people are bringing. What I'm trying to see is the people that have these skills, the writers, the people with stories to tell, the people um, that are in the UK and have that the different kind of culture to bring to it, to be able to put it on the platform and people kind of connect to it. Uh, it's
Yeah,
it's a different yay. Like there's a different thing that
very
people don't
different. Yeah.
even know. Even like
Mm,
even the way that like when people from the UK, or let's say just like it's bigger than London, but like Londoners, when they meet in
mm.
the chat changes because we're having a whole different conversation with a whole
Yeah,
lot of different slang.
it is. It's
It's
true.
nice.
It's true.
It's nice,
I mean, as
and
someone with a like 71%, I would say, of my community. I was looking at my stats. So about 71% of my community are North American based. So when someone from the UK, or like I meet even a few people from the UK coming to the chat, it's the energy. There's such a different shift, but it's because
yeah,
it's that relation, because you know they're from
yeah,
the UK and you automatically have that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
see you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
see you.
I see you. So there's that automatic, like, yes, that connection from with someone else from the UK, and
Yeah.
then you find out that they're black too, and you're like, yes, yes, let's go.
See,
And it's
and
that, and
yep.
we're not alone in that feeling. Like when black streamers find more black streamers, it's like, yo, where you
Mm,
been?
hmm. Yeah.
Where have you
I
been?
mean, for to see Danny is one of Twitch's female only I think there's two, um and she's one of the only other black female Twitch partners in the UK, and it's so good. I was so proud, but honestly, like one with us, we kept looking at it. Do you know it's so funny? Prior to that happening, Danny put out a tweet. Like I want to say, like maybe no, not even 6 months, like 3, 4 months beforehand. Like bruh, where's the partnered streamers? Like,
That
where
are
are we?
black
No
and female
one.
from the
Like,
UK.
people were hunting. We were like, we contacted Black Girl Gamers. We were like, fam, like Jay, where are they? Nothing. And so I think that's when we were like, okay, there's a problem. And then obviously when she got the partnership, oh man, it was like it it a party, but also
It
it was a
wasn't
thing
an
of like, yes,
eruption.
yeah. It was also like, yes, okay, they're now seeing in us. And the first thing that she did was say, right, like, let's get the rest of us there. Let's get the rest of, like, let's get this platform here. Let's get people, let's use this,
Yeah.
to start like showing that there's other people here. And I think that's so important. And just to
Mhm.
touch on when we're talking about like the NA crew, the amount of love that we get from um the American Twitch streamers
Yeah.
is so
Insane.
much. Like,
It's
my
insane.
personally, for me, my platform wouldn't be the same without them. I'm just trying to get them to meet my brothers and sisters so that they can love them too. I'm like, look, there's more of us, and
Exactly.
they come to us and they're like,
Exactly.
there's not. They know me, Danny, a few others, and there's not really that much. So what we want to do is, one, start reaching out to people that aren't on Twitch and start saying like, look, this is what you can do. There's more for you here. You can use these skills that you've got, the nervousness that you have. And honestly, my first time that I streamed on Twitch, I came on, I put on my stream, someone insulted me and was racist to me. I put off my stream and I didn't come back to Twitch again for a year. I was like, nope, nope, I'm not doing this. And then I dipped my toe into it a little bit. I started meeting other people. If I'd, on my first stream, found something like Black Twitch UK where I could tell people that, because I did speak to other people that I knew on Twitch, they were like, oh, you know what, you've just got to be like thick skinned, like sometimes black people are so sensitive, like, yeah, it's just the M word. And I was like, huh. And see, I wanted to just connect to someone that kind of understood where
Mhm.
I was sort of coming from, and that's the importance of this. And that's why I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for the people that we know. I'm grateful for the teams that we're a part of. Um,
Mhm.
I'm grateful for the fact that they do everything to like support and push us forward, and we want to do that as well for our like Twitch gang. So yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes. But yeah, so I mean, if you have any questions for us, you can find us on at Black Twitch UK on
Mhm.
Twitter. If you want to find us individually, you can find me on Twitter at Ebonic Sims, and you can find Cassie at Geeky
Yeah.
Cassie on Twitter
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
But also Instagram. But yeah, you can your best bet is to reach us on Twitter. But most importantly, Black Twitch UK is on Twitter. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to shoot us a DM. Or if you want any kind of, help linking your organization or your platform to more Black streamers in the UK, then please also do not hesitate to shoot us a message, and we
Yeah.
will honestly
Reach
do
out and
everything
then
that we
look at
can.
what we can do. Yeah, and I think
Hmm.
also when it comes to events coming up, I think it's really important. This month is um sickle cell awareness month, so
Hmm.
um like understanding the importance of that and seeing what you can do to help with that, and understanding that yes, Black History Month is coming up, so we can help support with that, and also how you can continue some of the things that you put in place to keep them running. So yeah,
Exactly.
hit us up.
All right. Well,
So
thank
yeah,
you so much for
thank you
tuning
very
in.
much. See you in the Twitch streets. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.